ones that are just the audio ones. If you go to the announcement section on the Facebook page, the Commercial Drivers Facebook page, you go to the announcement section and scroll down, you'll see the audio recordings on everything that we audio recorded before September 7th of last year.
Okay. I don't think I want to go back that far.
What happened?
Thank you. I'm glad to know that how to get to it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so it's on YouTube Live now.
It's Carolyn.
Yes, ma'am.
You forgot how to get to it?
To what? On YouTube?
Yeah, his page.
I got it.
Okay.
But I was looking for it on Facebook, and I did find something there, but it was old.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay.
So, but I should be looking on YouTube. It's for the most recent ones. That's what you guys are saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And like you said, it'll be in chronological, but it's going backwards. It's always going to show you the most recent one, and then every day. And then they're numbered too, so don't forget. So they have a label on, like you see, like it'll say 40. It'll say, like today's is sales motivation 40. So they are numbered. So you'll know how they go in order, because they go from all the way from like 2 all the way up to 40.
Okay, I see 39. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, okay. Yep. So you always know which one that you're on.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. That's why we start labeling them like that. That way, even though they're in chronological order still, it just helps it when you look at the cover sheet and see that it has that backdrop with that date. All right, well, good stuff. Well, guys, we can go ahead and get started here. So we are going to be talking about 2 sheets. Randy going to pull up 2 sheets. One is going to be use of CBD oil, and the other one is going to be, I forgot that quick. What's the other one going to be? Hold on. What's the other one going to be, Randy? I forgot that fast. I'm doing too much.
The waiver has been extended.
Okay, yeah, waiver. I just posted it 3 minutes ago. So waiver extension is in the use of CBD oil. And then we're going to have a testimonial as well from Wanda Bell, a testimonial from Mika Ray. Miss Sharanda Ivy is going to talk about the corporate incentives, like she does every week, letting you know how to qualify for these different groups, these bonuses and all that kind of stuff. If we do have some time after that, then we'll answer some questions. So this is sales motivation number 40. Sharon Holiday is not with us today. That normally welcomes you all in, obviously, because of the holiday. And then Lamar Reynolds is not with us because he's got a house full of people, because he's celebrating Memorial Day. So I'm sure they over there with their barbecue sauce, licking their fingers and enjoying themselves. So he'll be with us next week. So that's pretty much what's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Miss Sharanda Ivy so she can start with introductions. Then she'll turn it over to Randy and then over to Ben. Then we'll get moving, guys.
All right, thank you, Dunbar. Appreciate it. And happy Memorial Day to everybody. For those that serve, glad you were able to make it back. Welcome. Again, my name is Sharanda Ivy, and I'm the Business Solutions Sapphire Associate. Been with the company now for 8 years. Earned the production award for 1,000 personal apps. Named 2019 Field Trainer of the Year, earning that Ladies of Justice Award. Special Forces with Small Biz, that's it, Business Solutions Sapphire Associate. And just last month, recognized as #1 small biz producer with Small Biz. And then in the top 4 new groups open as well. And just love to get on this call. This call has taught me a lot. These trainers have taught me a lot. And the associates have taught me a lot as well. I host the accountability call on Thursday nights. It's more of a mastermind call, like a fireside chat. The associates are coming there and are actually doing a lot of activity. And some of those testimonials tonight will be from that. We have a couple of people that actually opened up some groups this month, and we're just going to highlight 2 of them tonight. So with that, I will turn it over to you, Randy.
Well, thank you, Sharanda. Hope everybody has a blessed holiday, and for the reason that we're here, thank all of the veterans, all of the people that have gone before us to keep us where we're at. So I appreciate each and every one of them, and I hope y'all do too. I've been with Legal Shield for about 14 years. Been working in the CDL space as a major since January of 19. Have worked all sides of the business. I have recruited over 100 people, and so I've done basically all of Legal Shield. And everybody needs to be a well-rounded associate and be able to do everything. The reason I like the CDL space is an educational situation where if we educate our drivers, they actually will buy our product. So therefore, I love to be able to educate them. And a lot of these papers that I bring, guys, this is what I use to educate with. And of course, it works really good to get into the safety meetings and the safety officers. So it's a pleasure to do that for y'all. I've won the 1,000 app award, got the $50,000 ring. I just love to work in the space and love to help people. I am a CDL field trainer for here in Texas. So if I can ever help anybody, y'all don't hesitate to call. Robert, I'll turn it back over to you to get your introduction and stuff.
All right, good stuff. Appreciate you guys. So Robert Dunbar here, been with Legal Shield 11 years. I work the networking and the business solutions side. I work with insurance agents, and I've trained on the networking side. I trained on the business solution side. Really love the training aspect of it. Really love the concept of what our membership does, obviously. I just really like where Legal Shield is going, with the company, where it's come from, and it's been able to create. I've been doing residual income, I guess, since 7 years into the business, and I'm on year 11 right now. So it's been really great for me working with the company. I really do like the CDLP space because I feel like there's less competition there, not only from other companies, but from Legal Shield people as well. And I really do like to market direct products. I like to market products that are specific for an industry because it helps with the closing rate, because people already know they need it. And that's the great thing about CDLP, is that they have a CDL license and we sell them a CDL product. So it's kind of a no-brainer. And when you can get your foot in the door with one product and then market the other products, right? Then the family plan, then the gun owners plan, then the small business plan, or whatever else, opening up a group. All those things are a little bit easier once you've earned the trust by marketing them a product that they can use right from day one, because it's industry specific. So I'm a 100K ring earner. I've got 2 ring earners on my team, and we're just here to make sure that you guys have a week-to-week call to support you out in that field. Sharanda has that accountability call, so now you've got 2 calls going on during the week if you're serious about CDLP. 24-hour-a-day Facebook page going on, and then you've got audio and Zoom recordings of all the material that we've gone over the last 3 years. So that's pretty much where that's at. So we appreciate you guys. And hold on, let me get this. Somebody is unmuted over there. Oh, we got it. So that's kind of where we at, guys. So we're gonna get moving. And I think before we get the sheets pulled up that Randy's gonna go over, we're gonna look at the testimonial first and get the testimonials in, and then we'll let Randy then go ahead and do his thing on the sheet so that you guys can look at those sheets and then pull them off of Facebook and all of that stuff as well. So I'm gonna turn it over to Sharanda so that she can introduce the 2 testimonials here, guys. And what's so good about the testimonials, guys, is that you get a chance to see the people who are out in the field, working the business, celebrate them, congratulate them for going out there and getting it done. And it also lets you guys know that it's not necessarily just field trainers and CDLP certification trainers or business solutions trainers who are out here making things happen. Is people in the field who haven't achieved that position yet, but they're in the field getting themselves in a position where they can reach that position. So Ms. Sharanda Ivy, I'm gonna turn it over to you so that you can do the testimonials, and then we'll go out to Randy after that.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. And like I said, I'm just highlighting 2 tonight. We had some more that open groups, and so hopefully we can highlight them maybe next week or later on in the month. When we get an opportunity. So the first person I'm gonna go out to is Miss Wanda Bell. Wanda is out of Jersey, and I've had the pleasure of working with Wanda I know for ever since we've been in COVID-19 in the pandemic. So Wanda recently opened up her first transportation group. It's not her first group though, but it's her first transportation group. She has been really working in this space and trying to master that skill. So we just gonna, I'm gonna just, ask her a few questions, and if the trainers wanna come in and ask after she finished talking, because what we wanna do is make sure everybody just learn from the activity that's gonna be shared from the results that she's achieved, okay? So, like I said, she just opened her first group. So Wanda, how long you been in Legal Shield?
20 years.
Okay, but these 20 years, so you've been doing Legal Shield on a part-time basis because you still work, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so share with us, so how many times since we've been in the pandemic have you actually taken the CDLP class?
5 times.
And so it's offered every month, and you've taken it 5 times since we've been in the pandemic?
Yes, I put it on my calendar to do it quarterly.
Awesome, awesome. And so share with us, when do you do your dials, since you work a full-time job, and so you're doing Legal Shield part-time, when are you finding time to make your dials?
On my lunch break.
On your lunch break?
Yes, I have the
How long
freedom.
is your lunch break?
I take 30 minutes.
So how often you making dials during the week on your lunch break?
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. My goal is 2 to 4 dials on my lunch break.
Awesome, awesome. So, but you also have been participating in the Blitz, right?
Yes, I have.
So that's on Tuesdays, and so you work. So you just told us you work. So share with us how you are participating on the Blitz.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I work from home, and on Tuesday, I just take 2 hours of vacation time. I've been doing that since like the 3rd week of March of 2020. That's
awesome. I mean, y'all heard she take vacation time to work her Legal Shield business. And I just learned that today, when I talked to her. So congratulations on that. So, and so you say you taking the class about 5 times, and so you're averaging about what, 20, you say about $20 a week?
Yes.
Okay. Can you share with us what you think has helped you? Because I know you've really been focused since we've been in the pandemic. You get on the accountability calls, everything. So what are the things that you have plugged into, or tools that you're using that have yield this new group for you? And I know you have more prospects in the pipeline.
Of course, this call, your mastermind call, you advised me. Well, I said on a mastermind call, I looked for the Alan Roman video, which is in our in the newsletter. That's what I send out to my my prospects.
Okay, cool. And so and I know that you've been doing DM meetings with me about at least once or twice a week. I know for the past few months. So what tip you like to leave the call tonight from the activity and your journey to where you are now? Because I think you are really starting to close out more business and things like that. You actually got a performance club this month, which was awesome.
Yes, thank you. Just stay plugged in and do the activity. This call and the mastermind is so supportive. And that's really what helped me when, I see it for other people. I know if they can do it, I can do it. And everybody is supportive. Just stay plugged in and just keep doing the action. Just keep making the dials. and plugging in and taking up your time on the schedule.
Awesome, awesome. Well, congratulations, Wanda. I know you really been working and focused to get on that CDLP training every now I won't say every month, but I know you do it quite often. And then you're on the mastermind and on this call. And so I know you have a lot more in your pipeline. So congratulations from me.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Randy, Dunbar, do y'all have anything? I know Dunbar probably can dig a little deeper. Randy, you have anything you want to ask or kind of?
I was wondering, are the articles, Wanda, helping you any as far as follow-up and being able to distribute them back with your follow-ups?
Yes, I usually email them, and I want to tell you thank you, because all of my my prospects come from the truckers, truck drivers.
Yeah.
Everybody that I've been, plugging in, mostly everybody that I've been plugging in has been come from the truck drivers, but definitely the ones who have gotten who have enrolled has come from truckdriver.com.
Well, wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations again.
And yes, I do use the flyers, and I use them also, even with folks who haven't enrolled, just as is taught on this call, just to create value, to be of some value, regardless of whether they get the membership or not.
And I think that website that Randy shared on the last, that 2-hour training, you was doing something else and you switched to that, right? And then you started to have more DM appointments.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Awesome. Well, congratulations again. Dunbar, you want to dig into Wanda with anything? Did we lose Dunbar?
Yeah, I think he dropped off. I don't see him.
Okay. All righty. Well, appreciate it, Wanda, and congratulations again. I know you had a good month, and so we look to celebrate you some more. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the next person I'm gonna highlight is Miss Mika Ray. Mika Ray will share with you how long she's been in the business, but she was recognized, I think, last week or the week before, maybe about a couple of weeks ago. She was recognized as the top group opener for the company. And so I'm gonna go out to Miss Mika Ray. Hey, Tamika.
Hello.
Hey, so can you share with the call how long you've been in the business?
Sure. So I started, actually my anniversary date is March 26th of this year.
Oh, okay. So you've been in the business a couple of months.
Yeah, a couple of months.
So what's your background?
So I'm also a full-time employee. I also have a small business. My husband owns a fleet of trucks, and I also own a compliance and dispatching service.
Okay. All righty. And so I know you've been plugging in. So what are some of the things you've been plugging into since you got started?
So my sponsor actually directed me to this call. And ever since he did that, I've been joining this call and then your accountability call on Thursdays. As well as I took, the employee benefit training, as well as the CDLP training.
Okay.
And I took the employee benefit training in April, and then my first CDLP class was this past May.
Okay, cool. So I know we connected before you took the CDLP class. So do you want to share with them the what we talked about and how your approach and how you open these groups actually before you even took this CDLP class?
Sure. So my first call, actually, you introduced yourself, and I was like, I know that lady, because we're actually in other transportation groups. So I reached out to you on the side, and it was right about that time I was scheduled to take my my group training course, and they always said work with a field trainer. So I was like, well, I know who I'm working with. So I reached out to you and, just like, can you be my field trainer? So you coached me through, okay, well, you have to be CDLP certified in order to sell the CDLP plan. But while you're waiting to take the course, you can still start working on groups. And that's what I did. I started, as I stated before, I have a dispatching company. So I started working with truck drivers that I've worked with previously and kind of started planting that seed and opening the groups. And you helped me cross sell with selling the small business plan. So that's how I opened the groups with the small business plan. And then after I got certified in CDLP, I started adding the drivers to the groups. So it wasn't a long wait.
Awesome. So I know that you have been participating in the Blitz, but you're full-time and you have a job and you have these two businesses that you're managing. Mm-hmm. So how was the experience with the Blitz? Because I know that you were focused on participating in that. So how did that work out for you?
So that was actually excellent. After I worked on my warm market list, I used that 2-hour training that you guys always reference to show how to pull up companies and look at their CSA scores. And I started making a list and cold calling. So just like you guys always say on the call, just do it. So I just started calling down the list that I had. And the people were like, oh yeah, can we talk? So I started making DM appointments and getting on your calendar.
Awesome. And so were the two groups, I didn't even ask, were these two groups, those were warm market, right? So, but we've set some DMs for those calls. Okay, gotcha.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Exactly. So what is it that you would like to share with the group about the experience you've had, just starting Legal Shield? And, I know you're focused on this space because of your background in this space, but what is it that with, field training, this call, I know you get on an accountability call as well. And I know you've looked at a lot of the trainings. Is it anything you'd like to share that maybe has helped you launch, or tips that you want to give to the call, or just anything you'd like to share?
Well, I would just basically say, you said it, Dunbar said it, be a student. There's no shortcuts to this. So I've gone back and I've been listening to all of the previous calls that you guys have done prior to me joining. And it's really educated me a lot on Legal Shield and then just on the transportation business. So I'm always in learn mode. And then I got to set time aside for myself. Like you said, I have a full-time job. I have another business that I'm running and then added Legal Shield. So it's a perfect storm, but I make sure that I set time aside to be on this call, to be on an accountability call, and then to do the activity, because you can do a lot of calls and never do anything and you won't get success. So I make meetings with myself on Tuesdays, because if I don't call any other time on the week, I know Tuesdays during the Blitz, I'm going to make calls. Mm-hmm. So just make time for yourself to work your business and always learn all the tips that I would say.
That's awesome. I heard you say that the other day too, after we got through with the DM, how you had made time, you had made an appointment with yourself so you could do all the things that you needed to do, from paperwork and things like that. And I thought, wow, I like that. So awesome. Well, congratulations, dear. And I'm going to pass it over to the other trainers. They might have some questions or some things they want to say to you as well.
Okay.
Randall, Dunbar.
I would just say real quickly, kudos for on the success, and amen to the process conversation. I'm really big on process and automation and systems, and just understanding that whenever there's overnight success, there's something about that story that you don't know yet. So it's just important to understand that when you hear people moving real fast. And not that you want them to fail, not that you don't want people to be successful fast, but it's the idea of understanding that there is no such thing as shortcuts, no matter how many times people will try to act like there's a way to get there quicker, right? There's a way to get there not slow, right? But, you know, and it's called the process. But, you know, you don't have to like slow drag it, but it's very important to understand that there is a process and that the more you do it, the better you'll get. And don't ever worry about being perfect. Just worry about being the best you can. And if you got good intentions and you go out and you put the work in and the effort in, what's going to happen is that doors are going to open for you. Because like we talk about in so many of these different trainings is this. Whenever you got good intentions and you're going out and you're doing the deal that you're supposed to be doing, right? The world will conspire to do you good. It always does. The world always conspires to do you good. So make those calls, knock on those doors, or ask for those referrals. Do all of the stuff, do everything that you can, right? I think I did a post, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and it said, you know, pray for what you can't, pray for what you can't do and work for what you can. And that's what it's about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, work hard for what you can, and it'll all come. So I appreciate your story. I appreciate your success and the fact that you're doing all these different things and still having success, which means that there is no excuse for the person that's like, well, I got a full-time job. It's like, okay, what does that mean? Most people in network marketing got a full-time job or full-time something else that they're doing other than the network marketing. So that's fantastic. Love it. Keep the energy up. Keep getting it done so we can keep bringing you back to the call. I'll pass over to you, Randy.
I would like to say congratulations, Mika, and I think you found the silver bullet. You know, everybody on the call and in Legal Shield is always looking for that silver bullet. Just tell me what I can say and it'll make them buy. You just found out work is the major silver bullet. And if you put in the work and you call the dials and you do the follow-ups and you work, all of a sudden you have success. And congratulations. I think you're going to go far.
Thank you all.
Well, that's it. But Dunbar, did you want to say something to Wanda? That was her first transportation group, not her first group. But she opened her first transportation group this month, got in Performance Club. She's been on the Blitz. She take vacation to get on the Blitz. She makes dials. She makes dials during her 30-minute lunch break. And she's taken 5 trainings since we've been in the pandemic. So, and she's plugged in, you know, we see her every week, y'all, we know, but she's starting to get her activity is panning out. So you had fell off and I didn't know if me and Randy talked to her, if you wanted to say anything to get any coaching out of it.
Oh, no, thanks for updating and letting me know what's going on. And no, congratulations to Mika on that. And again, it's the
That's
same
Wanda.
system.
That's Wanda. That was Wanda. Took the lunch. That was Wanda with the lunch break. Tamika's full-time worker too with 2 businesses, but Wanda took lunch and she took vacation time to do the Blitz. She's been taking vacation days to do the Blitz. Yeah.
Gotcha. No, and that's good. It's that dedication is good. Getting those things done in that manner, like showing that dedication and saying, hey, look, I'm going to take my lunch break. I'm going to make calls like whenever I can. I'm going to do again, moving away from the excuses and saying, hey, look, this is the free time I got, or I can use this because we know what sometimes we'll use our vacation time for. Like we know how we'll use that. So when you're using it to build another business so that you can get away from that full-time deal, if you're trying to, right? If you're trying to get away from that full-time deal and you're using that time to build so that you can get away from it, that's good. So again, the process, right? The dedication, saying you want it, it's all the same thing. It's like, you know, we talk about this when we do a training. Isn't it funny that when you're coachable and you follow the system and you do things the correct way, isn't it interesting how lucky you get, right? Isn't it interesting how lucky you get? So it's like, you just say, man, I don't understand how you did that. I did it by following the system. That's how I did it. I did it by making sure that every minute of my day, I was working towards something that I wanted to work towards. So, I mean, you see it in both testimonials. You guys have seen several testimonials on this call over the last few years, and it's always the same thing. I'm making the dials, right? When people set their mind to get things done, they do it. But you got to make, it's that switch over. You got to cut that switch on. And that switch is, okay, I'm not going to keep saying that, right? I'm not going to raise my hand at the next meeting and say, I'm going to be the next. I'm going to actually turn that switch. And because something important enough has made me make a decision to do something different. So what I would ask everybody on here to do, if you haven't turned that switch on, so if you're somebody on here that you've been listening, you've been on the accountability call, you've done all these different things, but you're saying, hey, I haven't moved forward in my business, I would ask you to really ask yourself, what is because obviously there's some fear there, right? There's fear of success or fear of picking up the phone and making phone calls. Something is preventing you from doing what you need to do to be successful. So what I would say to you is, what is your cost of fear? What is your cost of fear? Like, what are you being scared to pick up the phone, scared to walk into a place, right? Scared to move forward in your business, your procrastination. What is it costing you to do that? And really look at moving forward, because you got to figure out something to make, so you can make those calls. Because guys, it's going to keep being the same thing on the testimony, on these two testimonials. The only thing that's going to change, the only thing that makes Tamika and makes Wanda different than the people who haven't had any success is that they actually said, okay, let me pick up the phone and do what they said that we should do. They followed the system. They finally took the advice and created a plan of action. And that's all that everybody has to do. It's really just that simple. Don't matter whether you're smart or not, no matter whether you stutter or don't stutter, don't matter whether you like scripts or don't like scripts, no matter whether you know sales or don't know sales. If you just pick up the phone and follow the system, everything will work out for you just fine. And it'll be funny that you really don't have to know what you're doing. You just have to be doing the system and being coachable. So, Randy, I know you're ready with your documents, brother. I'm gonna turn it over to you.
All right, well, let's see here. Let's go to, let's pick this one up first. Y'all don't forget, this one's the first one, July 11th through the 11th through 17th. This is going to be focused on speeding. This is Operation Safe Driver Week. So be sure to be using that one. The next one that I want to go to here is, this is the new one. This is one of the new ones. It's COVID related. If y'all will notice right here at the end of the first paragraph, it says that this was to be out Monday, the 31st. In other words, that's tonight at 12:30 is when this was set to expire. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration announced Wednesday, May the 26th, that it was going to extend this waiver, and it's for hours of service on the CDLP market, medical card validation extensions, and the different things that were the different extensions that they had on hours of service. They're going to extend that through August the 31st. So therefore, this needs to be brought to your safety directors, because that was part of their problem. They couldn't get the driver to drive until this happened. And so they've extended the ability for them to go ahead and get that driver driving until the 31st of August. Now, it also says here that that it includes some regulatory, but it's going to be, they're going to July 1st right here in this down here where the second yellow or the third yellow deal is. It says on July the 1st, there's going to be a meeting, and they're going to figure out whether they're going to extend the waivers further or cut them off at the August 31st timeframe. So it's the different, and this has the different deals that it applies to: livestock and livestock feed, medical supplies and equipment, vaccines, supplies and equipment necessary for community safety, food and paper products and other grocery store items for emergency distribution, All of this was where they didn't have to conform to the hours of service mandate. They could drive longer in between sessions and stuff. So this needs to be out to all of the safety directors that you have ASAP, and let them know that it did not go off tonight at 12:30. It actually goes until the 31st of August right now. So I will be posting this little paper for y'all folks on Facebook in the file section whenever we get through here. The next paper is on something that I have seen and actually have had people almost lose their job over, and that is the CBD oils with the the TCL in it. The ones that have that in it will show up positive for a marijuana test. If they do a marijuana test on them or a drug test on them, they will show positive for marijuana. And so therefore, they're warning their drivers. Where is my mouse won't let me down. There we go. FMCSA is reminding all the truckers that this could be a very big problem. This CBD oils can have that HTC in it that will cause a positive reading for marijuana. And so, and if it happens, that's a drug test that's positive. It's going to be reported in their reports that they're doing their drug reports. They're going to have to report it in it, and it's going to be on their file. And so therefore, this is very, very important. This is huge to get out to any driver that you have, especially. I mean, the safety directors would like to have a copy to get it to their drivers, but anybody that you have that's a driver, if you have a list of drivers that you sold memberships to and you have an email on them, I would send this to them and let them just to remind them in a short email that this could be a very big problem for them. And so there are CBD products that don't have the HTC in them, but you have to know that that product does not contain that part of it, because if it does, it will test positive for marijuana. Of course, the problem with it is the CBD oils that don't have it in them don't do as much for pain or help as much for pain as the CBD oils that have the HTC in them. The HTC is what helps with the pain, but it will also cause them to test positive. Are there any questions on these particular, Robert, that I could answer? But I will get both of them up on the Facebook page ASAP when we get through.
Randy, a couple things on the oils, the CBD oil that I wanted to bring up. Two things. One is customer retention and being a good service, like you just mentioned. And sometimes that'll go over our heads when we hear that. And these are the small things. These are the little things that keep your business running the way that it should run. And sometimes we miss those because we're always looking for the sale, but we're not always looking for the retention, if that makes sense. And everybody on this call, it should be very important that you look for retention because you're in a residual income business. Something that I would put on my calendar if I were you all, if you got any customers on the book, something that Randy said, I'm reiterating. Go to your LS Engage and pull the people who have a CDL filter, pull the people who have a CDLP membership, and send an email. Create the email, put it from you, right? Hopefully you've got 2 email addresses. I got more than 1 email address, right? This is the quickest way to do it, right? Put from you to another one of your email addresses, right? And then BCC all of the people who have a membership through you, that's CDLP. and just say, I know you're a CDL holder, just sending you this so that you're informed. I want to make sure that you're safe and you know that blah, 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 and then attach. Now you send them one email, just put them all in BCC. That will provide huge retention for you, just keeping in touch with your client.
I think you froze.
While he's coming
Well,
back there, while he's coming back there, just a second, guys. Bob Fraser did remind me. I'm pronouncing. I was got the letters mixed up. It's THC.
Oh,
Not-
what you said? TBC? You said
He
TBC?
said
I knew what you
HTC.
meant.
You said TBC?
TBC.
THC. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know what you was saying. Yeah.
I'm
Go,
sorry, I
Bob.
froze up. What I was trying to would say was just, you'll get some, you may get some referrals, you may get some phone calls, you may get some thank yous when you do that, but that's important. And the other thing is the magic. So those that are looking for the magic that I believe Sharanda mentioned or Randy mentioned, one of the two mentioned about everybody's looking for that magic bullet. I think it was Randy. They're looking for that magic bullet. It's like, what can I do? Right? Everybody wants this one little thing that they can do to make their business go from one level to the next level. And one of the things that you can do in your business is be creative a little bit, right? Within the system. Like you could be creative within the system. And when I say creative within the system, I mean a situation like what we're talking about right now. With this CBD deal, you can use that to get into places. Like use that when you're going to do a walk-in. Use it on the call. Like create that dialogue with that. Say, hey, look, I'm actually reaching out to some transportation companies in my neighborhood just to make sure that you guys are aware of this. Are your drivers aware of that? Now you icebreaker. You're having a conversation with that safety manager. And if your guys do get pulled over, what law firm are you guys using to make sure that you guys get an order of dismissal? See, now you can just have a conversation. So it's just an icebreaker sometimes when you have a document like that. So when you got something like that, right, what I call a lead magnet, right? You got something in your hand that can get you in the front door. That is every now and then a little magic wand that you can use that's outside of the everyday regular script that you can use to really get into companies is to call with something important and start that conversation with that lead magnet and then go from that lead magnet to saying, no, anytime I get something like this, I like to reach out to companies in my area to make sure that they understand what's going on. If you don't mind me asking, what law firms do you guys have, making sure that when your drivers get a moving violation, that they get an order of dismissal, right? They got a great attorney, transportation attorney defending them. Oh, now you're starting that conversation with them, right? It's a door opener. And sometimes it's easier for us as individuals to start talking to people when we've got something that we can give them away for free. You guys follow that? So having something to give somebody makes you a little bit more confident because you don't feel like you're calling to ask for something. You feel like you're calling to give somebody something. So that can be very helpful when you're in the field and when you're making that phone call. And it gets you a little bit more excited about making a phone call because you've got something to give somebody. So now you call and say, hey, I got some information for you, right? Or you walk in there saying, hey, I'm just stopping by the companies in my neighborhood because I do business in this area and I want to make sure all their transportation companies have this information. And now you're going in there with a different energy and enthusiasm because you've got something for them and you don't feel like in the back of your mind, you're coming in there to sell them something. You guys follow that? Yes, yes. So it's really just about changing your mindset on how you're going into a place. When you're going to give, it's a different energy than when you're going to get. And that's why these kind of documents, like every week, some people aren't understanding the power and what Randy and Lamar are doing when they pull these documents up like this. They're giving you week to week a little magic wand to get in without going in with a, hey, I'm coming to sell you something. I'm coming to sell you something. But no, I'm coming to give you some information. I'm giving you some information. I'm giving you some information, right? And it's the same thing with that CBD. Send that out. And say, if you guys know any trucking companies that need this information, please let me know who they are so I can get this to them. What happens if 10 of those people send you back an email, hey, I used to work for this company. You may want to send this to them. That's not only 10 people that you can send that to, that's 10 people that now you can follow up on to try to get legal shielding in it. You guys follow that? So just a step, those are just small little things that you can do to get in. Those are the small little magic wands. Those are the little things that you can do that are outside the normal stuff that'll get you some extra business, because you're taking a step in a creative, down a creative path, but you're not doing anything. All right, that's good, Connie, adding value, right? You're adding value to that person. So always call to do that. Who else can I help? That's what you're saying. Do you know any other trucking companies that I can send this to make sure that their drivers know that? Who else can I help? You're adding value. And people will give you names for that. And then now you go ahead and you call them and say, hey, so-and-so told me to give you guys a call or to send you this information on the CBD oils, and make sure you understand how this works. If you don't mind me asking, who's representing your drivers when they get citations and violations? Who represents your drivers if they get into a fatal accident, so that it doesn't affect your safety score so bad or affect your insurance so bad? Those are conversations that you can have to get in, and those are a lot more comfortable than just going in like with the whole salesy deal, if that's how you're going, if that makes sense. So Sharanda, Randy?
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Awesome.
The thing about that guys is adding value. That's that's where 90% of our presentations come from, is from these articles. Whenever we go in, whenever I ask for the person to handle those, one of the first things that I'll do is I will start out with one of these articles. I use them personally myself. I'm not just putting them up here for y'all, or I don't create them strictly for the group. I use these personally myself in all of the accounts that I work on. I mean, I wouldn't put it up here for y'all if I wasn't going to use it myself.
And it's an easier conversation, especially when we are saying, we're the consultant in the area and things like that. Because if you're only showing up just to make a sale, then you're not consulting with them. You want to go in because remember, when we're researching these companies, when you have that conversation, you realize that they don't even know they got a problem. So now you got to deal with trying to educate them on, the safer and stuff with these flyers and stuff. As a consultant, you're bringing value. And so, and when they see that, oh, that's Randy, he's calling. Randy always brings good news in a way where they might not ever have heard about this. So instead of them dodging Randy, they'll talk to him because he's always bringing something that is of value. But if Randy only called because he want to talk about their DOT violations and CSA scores, then they won't pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? So then you'll get frustrated, Randy will get frustrated because he feels like, oh, they're dodging me now. They won't talk to me now. But they don't talk to him because they feel like they already got problems. He's saying they got more problems. They already putting out money. So they don't want to talk to Randy. But now they'll talk to this Randy because he's always bringing value. He's always bringing them, as Lamar liked to say, the good news, So he's always bringing something that they wouldn't have otherwise knew. They know Randy, the consultant, the legal guy, the CDLP guy, whatever he's known for them, they'll talk to him because he's always bringing something of value. So just remember that when your prospects aren't picking up, what is your music? What are the things you're saying? Because people will dodge you if they feel like all you want them to do is, spend more money and you're not trying to save them money. Even though our plan does save them, they can't see that. Remember, they didn't know until you called that day that they really had problems, if that makes sense. Okay.
Hey, so Sharanda, something that you just said that's really good, right? So I want everybody to ask yourself this, like, take some time to evaluate this in your own personal business. When you send an email out, right, do the people want to open your email or not? Right? So it's the added value aspect, right? So look at your own personal email that you have coming in. What emails do you open up and which ones do you just like, because you know that they're selling you something? when it comes in, you already know because they send you so many emails, they selling you something, right? It might be me. You might be looking at my email, something I ain't opening up my email no more, right? It doesn't matter, right? I'm being like straight up with you guys. When you're sending emails out, are you sending emails out that make people want to, when your email hits their inbox, are they excited about opening it because you're giving them some more information that's beneficial to them? If every week you're sending them the documents that are being put up here by the trainers and saying this can help your company, that safety manager once a week is seeing your emails and saying, oh, Sharanda emailed me, maybe open this up because it's probably going to be some updates on something. Now you got somebody on the other end opening your emails because they know that you're adding value, like Connie said, right? Versus, oh, he's asking to come in for another enrollment. Every week, this guy emailed me asking me when he can come back in, or she's emailed me asking me. So look on the other end of your emails that are coming in. So next week, I'm going to do a little, probably like a 10 or 15 minute training on next week's CDL call on, are you selling benefits or are you selling features? And I want you guys to tune in on that because that's what we're doing a lot of times. We're selling the features. Our plan does this. Our plan does that. And really what you should be selling them is what it's going to do for them. So your conversation with those safety managers and those drivers should be, hey, look, having this service will make sure that if this happens to you, you can have this result, right? Your company, you're allowing us to talk to your drivers means that if this happens to your driver, your safety score and your insurance rates, we can help because of this, right? So now you're selling the benefit to the company or the benefit to the driver, not the feature. We cover your spouse, right? We fight your tickets. Now you're selling a feature versus a benefit. And when people want to know what something is going to do for them, right? And that's what you have to do. You got to sell what the benefit is going to do for them, not what the feature does, because the feature says, we just got this in place for as a company, right? This is what our company does for everybody versus this is what this benefit will do for you. And that's what's more important to people because everybody is kind of, right, in their own world, right, selfish, even though they don't want to say, right, what is this going to do for me, right? What's in it for me? We're hearing with from all of our sales career. What's in it for me? And when you sell the benefits, that is what's in it for them. When you're selling your features, you're just talking about what your company does. You're kind of talking about you and the company that you represent. So I want you to change your language so that you can talk more about how it's going to help them, not how great the company is that you're selling for. Does that make sense to everybody? So are you selling the benefits or are you selling features? So I think that's going to be something that's going to be very helpful to you all as you do your pitch so that it makes a little bit more sense when you're talking to a person. And again, it helps your posture because now you're saying, I'm adding value because I'm letting them know how I can help them, not just telling them, pitching to them what my company does. So Sharanda, Randy, anything before we close out?
Yeah, I just want to say, you just got to remember too that these people are getting hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, they're getting hundreds of emails every day. And if your approach is the email, you got to make sure that your subject line is catchy, or like you said, they're looking for your emails. So they got to know your name too. But they get a lot of emails every single day. And I've heard this several times from different, operational managers, owners. And if your email isn't catchy or they don't know your name, that you're probably going to send them something, they're not going to ever open it. And if you're not using a CRM, you'll never know whether they're opening. So you're just spinning your wheels. So you want to make sure that, your email is being received, or they'll never get it. And so you might not get the results that way. And I was going to say something else, but over to you, Ren. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, age,
It's all good stuff.
You're too young, girl. You're too young, girl. You forget. You're too young.
Say something about the emails. I don't know. I forgot about it. Another about the emails. And this is just personal development, but it's a good sales book. And Dunbar, you appreciate this. So if you want to learn how to be the prospecting with the emails, read Fanatical Prospecting. That book is phenomenal. I mean, and it'll help you if you're not good at writing those emails or prospecting. Fanatical Prospecting by Jed Blunt is awesome. It is something I have used these last couple of years. And I listen to it often because it's really good. And emails is one of the things he talks about if you're not really strong on writing emails. So your emails can get open. That's what I want. That's what I forgot. And before we jump off, Dunbar, I was going to talk about, so the upcoming CDLP class this month is actually Saturday, June 19th. You can go out and register for that. You should have got an email. Level 1, level 2. The next level 1 is the 2nd, which is this week, and level 2 is the 11th. So just go in your calendar and pay attention to those. We'll have 2 monthly June Business Solutions Expos as well. Well, our monthly June Business Expo is the 9th, and we'll have two free regional trainings this month, meaning 2 of the regions will host a free training. And we have 14 free small business opportunities to learn with the Small Business Council. So you just want to go out to that and just check on those things as well. We still have, this is the last of May, the incentives. But we had the ongoing first group ever open. So if you never open a group, you can earn $250. If you partner with a field trainer, they get a percentage of that. You'll get a $500 bonus. We still got our annual cash bonus incentives that are still going on. And if you are on the call and you have a big team, you can take part in our Q2 Business Power Team, if you're an ED, Power Team incentives. And we still have the new group summer outreach incentive flyers. So like Tamika and Wanda that was recognized tonight, just position themselves to earn bonuses on that incentives there. And then we have the top 5 May production cash bonuses. And we still have the $500 weekly gift card giveaway for the Solutions Small Business Premium, and that's extended till today. So you want to check out the new incentives. They'll come out tomorrow somewhere out there on social media or in your inbox or in your back office. So you want to make sure you're connected to your business and know what's going on. So you want to make sure you check out those new June incentives that corporate will be sharing with us tomorrow. So with that, Dunbar, I pass it back over to you or Randy to close us out.
You got anything, Randy?
I'm good.
All right, good stuff, guys. So remember, next week, Monday, we'll be here again. Thursday, you got the accountability call with Miss Sharanda Ivy, and plug into all of the different corporate events that's going on. Look at the corporate calendar. You heard all of the different trainings that's coming up from Miss Sharanda. So we look forward to you guys being here next Monday. We thank you guys for joining us on this holiday. So happy Memorial Day to everybody again, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Everybody have a fantastic evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great one.
Thank you. Good night, all.
Thank you, everyone.
Sharanda, what's the name of that book you suggested?
Fanatical Prospecting is by Jed Blunt. Jed Blunt, Fanatical Prospecting. It's really good. It helped me with, just the sales.
Okay,
It's really good.
Jump on.
Really, really good. All righty.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Y'all have a good evening, good week.
Same to you. Everybody be safe. Okay.
Have a good one. Thank you all.
Great.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good night.
Congratulations to you too, Wanda. We got to do big things in June too.
Yes, we will. That's my
All
goal.
right.
See you on the call.
See you on Thursday.
All right. Good night.
Good night.